You press your fingers along your jawline when no one is watching, not to apply anything, not to clean anything, just to feel whether the skin is still sitting where it used to be, and then you quietly lift it back up with your fingertips and let go. If you are over 45 and you just recognized yourself in that sentence, this video was made for your body specifically. For 15 years in clinical practice, I have watched women blame aging for this. And that belief alone is why the problem accelerated, because aging is not the cause. It is just the room where the real cause operates. The real cause is fibroblast suppression. Your collagen manufacturing cells have been actively shut down. And if you do nothing, this moves from your jawline to your neck, your jowls, and the corners of your mouth within 18 months. Everything you need to reverse this is already in your kitchen. Before we go any further, I need you to do something right now. The severity of what is happening in your body changes drastically at 45, 55, and 65. And I mean the dominant cause shifts completely at each of those ages. Drop your age in the comments below. Not for me, for you. Because in about 4 minutes, I am going to tell you exactly what is happening inside your body at your specific age. And you will want to come back to this comment to check. And if this is your first time here, hit subscribe right now so you do not miss the age-specific breakdown. It comes later in this video, and it will change what you prioritize first. Let me show you what is actually happening beneath your skin, because once you understand this, every solution I give you will make complete sense. Your skin has 3 layers. The outermost layer is the epidermis. Simply means the surface shield. Beneath that is the dermis. Simply means the structural layer, the one that gives skin its thickness, its bounce, its ability to stay lifted. And deep beneath that is the hypodermis. Simply means the fat and connective tissue anchor. Collagen lives in the dermis, and it is not one fiber. It is a dense woven network of protein cables that holds everything above it taut. Here's what starts happening after 40. The cells responsible for building collagen are called fibroblasts. Simply means collagen manufacturing cells. Their production rate drops by roughly 1% per year after 40. At the same time, an enzyme called matrix metalloproteinase, simply means a collagen-cutting enzyme, becomes more active and begins breaking collagen down faster than it is being replaced. Think of it exactly like a suspension bridge. The collagen fibers are the steel cables. When those cables thin and fray, the road surface, your skin, sags in the middle and droops at the edges. No amount of painting the road surface fixes a cable problem. You have to repair the cables themselves. The good news is this: the cause is specific, identifiable, and correctable. Every single one of the 7 factors I am about to show you is a direct attack on those cables. And every single one has a kitchen-level solution. Root factor 1, glycation. The first factor is one that almost no dermatologist will bring up in a routine appointment because it lives in nutrition, not in a prescription pad. And it may be the single most aggressive collagen destroyer operating in your body right now. You might be thinking, I eat reasonably well, I am not diabetic, sugar is not my problem. That is exactly what makes this factor so dangerous. You do not have to be diabetic for glycation to be destroying your collagen daily. Here is the biological pathway. When blood glucose rises after a meal, any meal, not just a sugary one, excess glucose molecules attach themselves to nearby collagen fibers in a chemical bonding process called glycation. Simply means sugar permanently fusing to protein. The result is a structure called an advanced glycation end product, or AGE. AGEs make collagen fibers rigid, brittle, and incapable of normal regeneration. A study published in the British Journal of Dermatology found that skin age accumulation increases measurably after age 35 and correlates directly with visible skin sagging and loss of elasticity. That is not a soft correlation. That is a documented structural mechanism. Here is why your current skincare routine cannot fix this. Applying collagen cream over glycated fibers is like putting fresh paint over a rusted bridge cable. The surface looks better briefly. The cable keeps failing underneath. The solution is precise and cheap. 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, diluted in a full glass of water, consumed 5 minutes before your 2 largest meals of the day. This blunts the post-meal blood glucose spike, which directly reduces the rate of new glycation on your collagen fibers. Exact dose, 1 tablespoon. Exact timing, 5 minutes before eating. Do this daily, not occasionally. The next factor is something most women are doing every single night without realizing it, and it is physically crushing your jawline collagen for 8 hours straight while you sleep. Root factor 2, sleep position compression. This next factor will sound almost too simple to be real, and that is exactly why it has been destroying your jawline for years without anyone mentioning it. You are probably thinking, sleep position? that cannot possibly affect skin structure in any meaningful way. Stay with me for 60 seconds because the mechanics here are going to change how you sleep tonight. When you sleep on your side or with your face partially pressed into a pillow, the lower face, including the entire jawline and jowl region, is subjected to sustained compressive and shear forces for 6 to 8 hours every single night. Compressive force simply means weight pressing directly down on tissue. Shear force simply means two surfaces sliding against each other. Over months and years, these mechanical forces break down collagen fiber organization in the dermis, create permanent crease lines, and, critically, compress the lymphatic drainage channels along the jaw, causing fluid to pool in lower face tissue and accelerate the appearance of sagging. A 2016 study in the journal Aesthetic Surgery Journal documented that consistent side sleepers showed significantly more asymmetric facial aging and skin laxity than back sleepers of the same age. That asymmetry is your jawline on your favored sleep side being mechanically aged faster than the other side. The reason face creams fail here is architectural. You cannot rebuild compressed tissue structure by adding moisture to the surface while continuing to compress the structure for 1/3 of your life every night. The solution requires two things. First, begin transitioning to back sleeping by placing a rolled bath towel under the back of your neck. This elevates the cervical curve just enough to make back sleeping comfortable and sustainable. Maintain this for 21 consecutive nights to retrain your sleep posture habit. Second, replace any cotton pillowcase immediately with a silk or satin pillowcase. Silk generates a friction coefficient roughly 43% lower than cotton, meaning even if you do roll onto your side, the shear force on your jawline skin is dramatically reduced. If this is your first time on this channel and you are still here, you already know this content is different. Subscribe now, because what comes next is the factor that your stress level is making worse every single day, and most women have no idea it is connected to their face. Root factor 3, cortisol-driven collagen destruction. This next factor is the one that explains why two women of the exact same age, eating the exact same diet, can have dramatically different jawline definition. And the difference lives entirely in one hormone. I know what you are thinking. Stress affects everything. I have heard this before. This feels like a generic wellness point. It is not. The mechanism here is surgical in its specificity, and it connects directly to the collagen fibers we have been talking about. Cortisol is your primary stress hormone. Simply means the chemical signal your body releases when it perceives threat or pressure. In short bursts, cortisol is protective. In chronic low-level elevation, which describes the baseline state of most women managing careers, families, and life transitions simultaneously, cortisol does two catastrophic things to your collagen. First, it directly suppresses fibroblast activity. Remember those collagen manufacturing cells? Cortisol tells them to slow down or stop. Second, it upregulates matrix metalloproteinase, that collagen-cutting enzyme, making it more active. So chronically elevated cortisol simultaneously turns off collagen production and turns up collagen destruction. Research published in Psychoneuroendocrinology found that women with chronically elevated salivary cortisol showed measurably thinner dermal collagen density than age-matched controls with normal cortisol levels. The effect was most visible in the lower face and neck region. This is why no topical treatment works consistently for highly stressed women. You are applying collagen support from the outside while cortisol is dismantling it from the inside. You cannot out-cream a cortisol problem. The solution is mineral-based and costs almost nothing. Magnesium glycinate simply means a highly absorbable form of magnesium, is one of the most well-documented natural cortisol regulators available. Take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 30 minutes before bed every night. If you do not have supplements, 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds contain approximately 150 milligrams of magnesium. Eat them as your evening snack. This is not optional. Cortisol peaks in the early hours of the morning, and what you do the night before determines how high that peak goes. Root factor 4, vitamin C deficiency at the cellular level. This next factor is one where almost every woman over 50 is deficient. Not because she is neglecting her health, but because the standard food advice she has been given for 30 years is biochemically outdated for her age and her collagen specifically. You might be thinking, I eat fruit, I take a multivitamin, my vitamin C is fine. Here is what that logic misses entirely. Vitamin C is not just an immune nutrient. It is a mandatory cofactor for the enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase. Simply means the molecular machine that assembles collagen chains link by link inside your fibroblast cells. Without adequate vitamin C physically present inside those cells at the moment of collagen synthesis, the assembly process stalls. The collagen chain starts building and then stops. it is structurally incomplete. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that women with lower plasma vitamin C levels showed significantly higher rates of skin wrinkling and dryness even after controlling for sun exposure and age. The structural inadequacy of collagen produced under low vitamin C conditions was measurable under electron microscopy. Here is why this makes your supplements partially useless. Most oral vitamin C supplements are ascorbic acid in a dose that exceeds what the gut can absorb at once. Anything over 200 milligrams in a single dose saturates the transporter and the excess is excreted. You are paying for expensive urine, not for collagen. The solution is food first and targeted. Half of one raw red bell pepper contains approximately 95 milligrams of highly bioavailable vitamin C, more per gram than an orange, and in a food matrix your gut absorbs efficiently. Eat half a raw red bell pepper daily, every day, consistently. Additionally, 3 times per week, apply a compress of fresh lemon juice diluted 50-50 with water to your clean jawline skin for 10 minutes. Topical vitamin C penetrates the epidermis and reaches fibroblasts directly, supplementing the dietary supply at the site of collagen production. Root factor 5, glycine and protein deficiency. This next factor is the one that makes everything else you are doing structurally impossible. Because without this, your body literally does not have the raw material to build collagen, even if every other condition is perfect. You might be thinking, I eat protein, I have a balanced diet, this is not my issue. Here is the specific gap that balanced diet advice does not address. Collagen is not made from generic protein. It is made from a very specific amino acid profile, and the most abundant amino acid in the entire collagen structure is glycine. Simply means the smallest amino acid, comprising approximately 33% of every collagen chain your body builds. Most modern diets, even high-protein diets, are severely glycine poor because glycine is concentrated in connective tissue, skin, and bones of animals, the parts that most women over 50 are not eating. Research published in the journal Glycine and Collagen Synthesis found that women consuming less than 3 grams of glycine per day showed measurably impaired collagen repair rates compared to women consuming 5 grams or more. The average Western diet delivers approximately 2 to 3 grams daily. You are sitting at the lower edge of a deficiency line and do not know it. This explains why high-protein diets alone do not improve skin laxity. Eating chicken breast gives you leucine and isoleucine, muscle amino acids. It does not give you glycine in meaningful quantities. You are building with the wrong bricks. The solution is 1 cup of bone broth daily. Real bone broth, simmered from animal bones for a minimum of 8 hours, is one of the most concentrated dietary sources of bioavailable glycine and collagen precursors available without a prescription. 1 cup delivers approximately 2 to 4 grams of glycine depending on preparation. Drink it as a warm morning beverage, replace 1 cup of coffee with it, or use it as a soup base. Exact dose. 1 cup daily, every day, not 3 times a week. Root factor 6, zinc deficiency. This next factor is one that even integrative medicine practitioners overlook when talking about skin aging, because zinc's role in collagen is not about production, it is about structural integrity, and that distinction changes everything about the solution. You might be thinking, zinc is for immune function and wound healing. What does it have to do with my jawline? Everything. Here is the precise mechanism. Zinc is the essential activator of a group of enzymes called lysyl oxidases. Simply means the molecular tools that forge the structural crosslinks between individual collagen fibers, turning loose individual strands into a dense, load-bearing woven network. Without adequate zinc, your body can manufacture collagen chains, but those chains cannot be correctly cross-linked into a functional structure. The result is collagen that is present in quantity but weak in architecture. Think of it as having all the bridge cables manufactured, but none of them bolted together. A study in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology found that postmenopausal women showed significantly lower serum zinc levels compared to premenopausal women of similar dietary intake, suggesting that the hormonal shift itself impairs zinc absorption and retention. That means your need for zinc increases precisely when your ability to absorb it decreases. This is why collagen supplements alone, without zinc sufficiency, produce inconsistent results. You are supplying raw material into a factory where the assembly machinery is missing a critical tool. The solution is 2-part and costs almost nothing. First, 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds daily, which deliver approximately 2.5 to 3 milligrams of zinc in a highly bioavailable plant form. Second, 1 whole egg yolk daily. Egg yolk contains zinc alongside the fat-soluble cofactors that enhance its absorption. Exact dose: 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds plus 1 egg yolk consumed daily, ideally not at the same meal as high-calcium foods which compete for absorption. Root factor 7, jaw muscle atrophy. This seventh and final factor is the most overlooked of all, because it is structural in a way that no supplement and no cream can address. And once you understand it, you will realize that the shape of your jawline has a muscular component that you have been completely ignoring. You might be thinking, jaw muscles are for chewing, not for how my skin looks. That is the exact misunderstanding that keeps this problem invisible and untreated. The masseter muscle simply means the primary jaw-closing muscle that runs along the outer lower jaw, along with the surrounding pterygoid and buccinator muscles, forms the muscular scaffolding that the overlying skin and fat pads rest against. When these muscles are well developed and active, they provide a firm, elevated living support structure beneath the skin. When they atrophy, which they do progressively after 40 due to softer modern diets that require less forceful chewing, the skin above loses its support base and descends with gravity. A study published in the Journal of Anatomy found measurable masseter muscle volume loss beginning in the 4th decade of life, with acceleration in postmenopausal women, directly correlating with lower face skin laxity scores. The muscle is not just shrinking, it is removing the scaffolding your jawline depends on. This is why facial yoga and facial massage alone produce limited results. You cannot massage atrophied muscle back into volume. You have to load it progressively, exactly as you would any other muscle. The solution is sugar-free mastic gum, a natural resin gum available at health food stores and online, chewed for 10 minutes daily. Mastic gum requires significantly more chewing force than regular soft gum, providing progressive resistance loading to the masseter. Exact protocol: 10 minutes of mastic gum chewing daily, alternating chewing sides every 2 minutes to develop symmetrical muscle volume. Begin with 5 minutes if jaw fatigue occurs in week 1 and build to 10 minutes by week 2. Practical protocol. Now I'm going to give you the exact 4-week system that integrates all 7 of these solutions into a daily structure you can actually maintain. This is not a list of tips. This is a layered biological repair protocol where each element supports the others and the order of introduction matters. Week 1. Stop the bleed. The entire focus of week 1 is halting accelerated collagen destruction before adding anything new. Every morning, drink 1 full glass of water with 1 tablespoon of raw apple cider vinegar 5 minutes before breakfast. This is non-negotiable and starts day 1. Every evening, take 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 30 minutes before bed, or eat 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds as your last snack of the day. Switch to your silk pillowcase tonight, not at the end of the week. Tonight. Begin transitioning your sleep position by placing a rolled towel under your neck. Week 2. Supply the raw materials. You are now reducing glycation and cortisol. Week 2 adds the building blocks. Every morning, eat half a raw red bell pepper with breakfast. Slice it, put it on the side of your plate. Done. Replace 1 coffee or tea with 1 cup of warm bone broth. Begin eating 1 egg yolk daily, soft-boiled, poached, or added to broth. Every evening, add 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds to your magnesium routine. Week 3. Activate the structure. Week 3 adds the physical and muscular layer. Every morning, begin your 10-minute mastic gum chewing protocol after breakfast. Alternate sides every 2 minutes. Start at 5 minutes if needed and build up. Every evening, perform the bonus technique, a 3-minute warm olive oil jawline massage. Warm 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil between your palms, apply it to your clean jawline, and use your knuckles and fingertips to perform slow, firm, upward and outward strokes along the jawline from chin to ear, then downward strokes along the sides of the neck to encourage lymphatic drainage. 3 minutes. Exact pressure. Firm but not painful. This mechanotransduction technique simply means using physical pressure to send collagen production signals to fibroblasts, stimulates local collagen synthesis in a way no topical product can replicate. Week 4, consolidate the system. All elements run simultaneously. Morning, apple cider vinegar water, red bell pepper, egg yolk, bone broth, mastic gum. Evening, pumpkin seeds, magnesium, olive oil, jawline massage, back sleep position. Apply lemon juice and water compress to clean jawline skin 3 evenings this week for 10 minutes before the oil massage. By the end of week 4, you are running all 7 corrections simultaneously as one integrated daily rhythm, not a stack of separate habits, one system. Now I want to address something that changes this entire conversation depending on one number: your age. If you're in your 40s, the dominant mechanism in your collagen loss right now is cortisol and glycation. Your fibroblasts are still highly responsive, which means your recovery window is fastest. The protocol will show visible results for you within 6 to 8 weeks of full compliance. If you are in your 50s, the estrogen drop that occurred around perimenopause has directly reduced your fibroblast stimulation because estrogen receptors sit on fibroblast cells and regulate their activity. This means zinc and glycine become your two most critical factors because you need to compensate for the hormonal signal that is no longer arriving. If you are in your 60s, jaw muscle atrophy and lymphatic sluggishness simply means the fluid drainage system in your face has slowed, become the dominant visual contributors. The mastic gum protocol and the evening massage are not optional for you. They are your primary structural interventions. I want you to drop your age in the comments right now. Not for me, for you, because I read these comments and I will tell you, based on your decade, which 2 of these 7 factors you should prioritize first. Your age number changes the sequence. That is clinical information, not general advice. Let me bring all 7 factors together so you can see the full picture clearly. Factor 1, glycation, corrected with daily apple cider vinegar before meals. Factor 2, sleep compression, corrected with silk pillowcase and back sleep transition. Factor 3, cortisol elevation, corrected with nightly magnesium glycinate or pumpkin seeds. Factor 4, vitamin C deficiency, corrected with daily raw red bell pepper and weekly topical lemon compress. Factor 5, glycine and protein deficiency, corrected with 1 cup of bone broth daily. Factor 6, zinc deficiency, corrected with daily pumpkin seeds and 1 egg yolk. Factor 7, jaw muscle atrophy, corrected with 10 minutes of daily mastic gum chewing. And the bonus technique, 3 minutes of warm olive oil jawline massage nightly, activates the physical collagen production signal that ties all of it together. These are not 7 separate tips. They are 7 locks on one door, and this protocol is the key that opens all of them at once. One important clinical note before you go. If you notice sudden or rapidly accelerating skin laxity in the jawline or neck accompanied by unexplained weight loss, fatigue, or changes in your thyroid area, please seek medical evaluation immediately. These can indicate thyroid dysfunction or other systemic conditions requiring clinical assessment. This protocol supports your body's natural collagen function. It does not replace a physician's evaluation. No clinic will walk you through what I just showed you, because there is no billing code for apple cider vinegar and bone broth. There is no profit model for pumpkin seeds and a silk pillowcase. This channel exists for one reason: to give you the clinical accuracy that you deserve and that the aesthetic industry has no financial incentive to give you. I am Dr. Rename, with 15 years of clinical practice, and I want you to understand something before you close this video. Your jawline is not betraying you. It is sending you a signal, a specific, readable, correctable signal, and now you know exactly what it is saying. If you know another woman who is quietly pressing her fingers along her jaw in the bathroom mirror and wondering what is happening, share this video with her. That share is not support for this channel. That share is correct information reaching someone who needs it and does not have it yet. I will see you in the next one.